All right, we are going to go over the 5 test objectives that are going to be on your Chapter 4 test. So the first 2 are review from past chapters. Those are integer operations and order of operations. So starting with integer operations. So these are 3 questions that you could see on the test. So the first one is a multiplication problem, and it's 3 groups of -8, or 3 times -8. Remember on this, we have our smiley face trick. So if the eyes don't match, it's a sad face, right? So ours don't match, so we know our answer is going to be negative. And then you just take 3 times 8, which is 24. So 3 times -8 is -24. The second question is a subtraction problem, 4 minus -7. For this one, we use the keep, change rule. So we can change this to an addition problem by keeping the 4, changing subtraction to addition, and changing the -7 to a +7. So our new problem turns into 4 plus 7. 4 plus 7 is 11. All right, question 3. We have 5 plus -11. When you add integers that have opposite signs, you ignore their signs. So you take the absolute value of them. So we have 5 and 11. 5 and 11 are 6 apart. Okay, so you find the difference between the 2, and then the greater one keeps its sign. 11 is bigger than 5, so our answer, and 11 is negative, so our answer has to be negative. The next objective, order of operations. So we use our circling term strategy. So go ahead and do that and tell me how many terms are there. So we underline our pluses and minuses that are not in parentheses. And then we circle everything else. So there's a term, there's a term, and there's a term. So this expression has 3 terms. Now we just evaluate the circles. So we have -4, and then we have 7 groups of 2 plus 3. Well, 2 plus 3 is 5. 7 groups of 5 is 35. Okay, and then that was a plus there. And then we're subtracting 9 groups of 1, which is 9. And we've got -4 plus 35, which is 31. And 31 minus 9 is 22. Next objective is similar figures and scale drawings. So this is a question about similar figures. So the question might say, these 2 figures are similar, tell me the scale factor and solve for x. So step 1 is we need to find out what the scale factor is. So we look at the 2 corresponding sides where we know the lengths of those sides. So those are right here that I just highlighted in blue. So those 2 corresponding sides, we know the lengths. So it goes from 4, we're going to say this is the original, and this is the copy. It goes from 4 to 16, so our scale factor is 4. So now that we know the scale factor is 4, we need to know what x is. So some number, when we multiply it by 4, we get 20. Okay? That number is 5. All right, other objectives. We have proportional relationships. So we have Zelda, who reads 32 pages in 16 minutes. We have Frank, who reads 45 pages in 18 minutes. And we're wondering who reads more pages per minute. So we've got pages per minute. So we're going to set it up like this, where pages are on the top, minutes are on the bottom. So we have 32 over 16. That reduces down to a nice number, which is 2. So this is Zelda. Zelda is 2 pages per minute. Next thing we need to do is figure out Frank. So Frank's is 45 pages in 18 minutes. So I'm going to turn that improper fraction into a mixed number. So I know I can pull out 2 full 18s, because 18 times 2 is 36. So then I have 9/18 left over, which is 1/2. So that tells us that Frank reads 2.5 pages every minute. So Frank is the faster reader. Last objective is combining like terms. So you might see a question like this, where I give you a collection of tiles and ask what's missing so that it gives us this algebraic expression. So what has to be missing here? Okay. Well, I know that I need 3x squareds and I only have 1. So that leaves me with 2x squared. And then I see that I need 2 x's and I only have 1 x. And then I need 3 unit tiles, in which case I only have 2. So I need to also have one of those. You could also draw these. So 2x squareds, 1x, and 1 unit tile. Okay, so I'll get you a little closer there to see what I did. Okay, so those are the 5 objectives that are going to be on the Chapter 4 test.